Oi pessoal, and happy Friday the 13th. Ooh! I thought for today's special occasion, we could celebrate by doing a video that I've had in my mind for a really long time, but I've only finally gotten around to recording it. I feel like I say that about absolutely everything, but I think you'll like this one in particular. Today, I will be recording possibly my most controversial video to date. So if you are easily offended, this video is not for you. I will be ranking every Dreamcatcher title track. Yes, all 16 of them. So just a little bit about me. I am a huge Somnia. As you can tell, I first became a fan when Scream was released, and ever since then, I have been keeping up with Dreamcatcher. I love all of their music, and I really wanted to do this ranking video because I like ranking videos. I think they're pretty fun, and I feel like this would be pretty appropriate since you all know that I really like Dreamcatcher. So before we get into the rankings, I do want to explain a little bit how I want to do things. So first of all, I'm ranking just the songs. So not the album, not the era, not the stages, not the choreo, just the song itself, like the sound, the instrumental, the lyrics, that kind of stuff. And then next, I do want to say that my ranking system is inspired by Casey Aonso, and like how she does like the different tiers instead of just like being S, A, B, C, D, F, like she has like different memes for them. So I wanted to do that with mine as well. So first we have siyeon and gahyeon losing their minds over Jiu practicing beep beep. So this is going to be our S tier. Any song that like releases that like inner like wild fangirl in me belongs in this tier. Next, we have Tommy talking about meeting Yuna for the first time.
진짜 그 미소의 잔상이 너무 선명하게 나는 거예요. 진짜 임팩트가 너무 세가지고.
Like the impact was so strong. So this is for songs that are really impactful but don't make me like go ah! Just like the impact was so strong, right? Next, we have Amazing, also Superstar.
Wow, amazing. Also superstar.
These are the amazing songs. Okay, so if V is amazing, you can only imagine how much more I think of A and S. Anyway, this is Amazing, also Superstar. Next, we have our C tier. So since there are 5 tiers, B is kind of average, but average already to, I feel like to Somnia's average is like already amazing, also Superstar. So for our C tier, it's like songs that make me go like,
Oh yes.
First it took me a little while to understand it, but now I get it. And then our D tier is handong scoffing at Jiu.
Oops.
So straight off the bat, no song belongs in D tier. This is more of a formality to have a D tier. None of these belong in the D tier. Enough explaining, let's get into the rankings. So we got our songs in release order. So very first song we have is Chase Me. Chase Me definitely goes in S tier. I love Chase Me so much. It's like a perfect debut song. I think I'm really trying not to talk about the eras too much because it's kind of hard for me to separate like the song with all the memories. Well, my personal memories I think is okay to talk about, but I'm not trying to like judge the song based on like the choreography or the stylings, but just the idea of like 7 Nightmares I think is so cool. And it was so fresh too at the time where everything was like girl groups, and well, when Minx debuted it was all about like cutesy, and then already in 2017 then it was more like girl crush, and they had like unconventional girl crush energy with Chase Me because it's like a rock, almost metal song, right? So for all that Chase Me like brought to the table, it belongs in S tier. Next we have Good Night. I'm really gonna try to save S tier for like the creme de la creme. So I'm gonna put Good Night in A tier. I feel like I made these a little too big, didn't I? But no, Good Night is just, it's so good. I'm gonna say that for all of them. It's so good, it's so good, it's so good. I need to try to think of like better adjectives. But Good Night, the dun 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 dun. I love the idea of like it being a little like music box, and then it goes into the intro of the song. It's so awesome. And also I really like the lyrics. I like creepy stuff that's not like outright frightening, but a little more like ooh, like Over the Garden Wall, right? Where it's creepy, but it's also for kids. And Good Night is one of like their creepiest songs, and I think it really like nailed the horror that Dreamcatcher debuted with, right? Next we have Fly High. If we were talking about the era, this would be a totally different conversation because I love prequel era. I love the music video and just the whole idea of like them all going to like some kind of boarding school, or they all knew each other before they turned into the nightmares. And all of this gives me so many ideas in my head for like stories and animations and stuff. And plus some of my favorite Dreamcatcher's notes are from this era. But the song, I'm afraid I have to put it in C tier just because it's not that I don't like it, I do like it. But it's one of their weaker songs, I think. I mean, the line distribution is all whack. There's no rap, really. And not that there needs to be a rap. I'm fully for no raps in songs. Like their first few songs without raps were really great, and I liked that. But just the line distribution and something about it, I think it wasn't a huge dip in quality, but it's like you had these like really awesome, like really hard-hitting like rock songs, and you wanted to try something else, and that's fine. And it's a shame that I'm ranking the title tracks and not the albums, because this is one of my, well, I don't want to spoil anything in case I do like a ranking of like their albums, but I love the prequel album. But the song itself, Fly High, is gonna go in C tier. Next we have You and I. Okay, I think I have to put You and I in S tier. It's such an incredible song. I love the strings are really beautiful in this song, and I love the vocals too, and the line distribution was a little bit better in this one definitely than in Fly High. I really love it, and I listen to the song all the time, and I sing it all the time. Let's see. I really like Siyeon's bridge. I think it's really, I don't know, something about her little, like, not, like, you know how sometimes she does, like, her alien voice or her baby voice? It's almost that, and I really like it. Plus, I like Stu Do Do. That's really cool. And the melody, the chorus is just, oh, I love it. It's so addicting to me. Okay, next up we have What. So, What is gonna go in Amazing Also Superstar, because What is a superstar, but What gets a lot of, like, not hate, but I see a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't like What that much. Oh, What is one of their worst songs. I'm like, no. What is not one of their worst songs. I promise you there are some songs in here that I like less than What, as evident in C tier. I think What gets hate, like, unjustified. It's not justified. The hate for What. I think maybe it's like the what, but it's kind of fun, that part. Like, if you've ever like heard that song out loud and like screamed what along with them, it makes it fun. I think that's the thing. And I also really like Tick Tuck Tick Ta. Like, I think that's kind of fun. Yeah, if I can say one thing about what though, I do find it a little annoying that they say messagey instead of message. Languages, there are no like, I mean, there are some rules for language, but I get like you can break rules all the time, that's fine. But I think it's just, it makes it a little like, I don't know, it kind of makes you cringe a little bit. I'm sorry. It's just that. But yeah, what is amazing and superstar. Next we have PD, which is also one of my like ultimate favorite like Dreamcatcher title tracks ever. I'm gonna be putting this one in A tier because like really the impact was so strong. And I'm not trying to talk about the era because I can't talk about the era even though I want to. So maybe I'll do like a ranking Dreamcatcher eras as well, because that would be very different than what's on here. PD, oh, like that. The beginning already like sends, you know, me into a frenzy. Like when it goes, I like, it's like you can use that sound for an alarm. So first of all, the song already has multiple functions, but also I really like emergency, like emergency. I think that's fun. And lily, that's also really fun. Like it's fun to sing, you know what I mean? It's a really good song. I really love when Yuhyun goes da da whoa. I think that part is really pretty. The bridge is also really pretty. I really love Dreamcatcher piano bridges, which are gonna be like, you're a liar because you put Fly High in C tier. But I'm talking about the song overall, okay? I really do love piano bridges. I think they're really pretty. And it's like a good like quiet down moment because the whole song is all really aggressive and strong. And then like the bridge is piano and gentle. And then you go back for the last chorus. Woo! I think PD's impact is really important to the Dreamcatcher discography. But if we're talking about impact, straight after PD is arguably Dreamcatcher's best song. Now I say that because I know Somnias and I've seen what they say, and I know everybody loves Deja Vu, and many people would say that it should belong in S tier. But I can't put it in S tier because it's not my like absolute favorite. It doesn't like, I'm so sorry. This is what I mean by controversial. I'm afraid people are gonna be like, you're a fake fan, and you suck, and blah blah. But you know what? I'm going to speak my truth. And my truth is that Deja Vu is a very strong A tier song. Like, the impact, again, oh now I'm holding this pain, yes. And my favorite part actually of this song is the last chorus where they're all singing a deja vu, vu, vu. I really love those harmonies underneath. Like they add this beautiful color, and especially because they modulate it somehow, don't they? Like the other choruses to the last chorus, there's something about the chords I think that are different that make it like even brighter and even more majestic, and I love that. The impact is strong, but it doesn't make me go like like the way that like if You and I comes on, oh my gosh, I go crazy. And I also go crazy for Scream. Scream is gonna be an S tier. I know some of y'all might be like, how can Scream be S tier but Deja Vu is A tier? Well, Scream has a lot of personal meaning for me because like I said, Scream was the first Dreamcatcher song that I listened to, and it's what introduced me to all of them, and it's what became, this is how it all became because of Scream. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just love Scream. Take a shot every time I say love are so good. The lyrics I think are really awesome, and I love when lyrics tell a story, and that is true of pretty much all of Dreamcatcher's songs, especially in the Nightmare series, and then they started a new storyline with Dystopia. But not only do I like the lyrics. I think they're really like meaningful and like really telling, because how many people, I think it's really clever the way that they like, it's not too preachy, if you will, like don't bully other people, don't spread like hate online, but rather like painting a picture of like how words can hurt others. But I'm having second thoughts. I think actually I'm gonna put Scream in A tier because the impact is strong, but the song itself, like compared to the other ones, I actually think I like Boca better. I think Boca is S tier because so Scream is like the like act one, like this establishing like, okay, people are rude and don't know how to say like kind things. And then in Boca, it's, this is what I'm gonna do to ya if you don't start treating other people more nicely. I don't know, it's like a good message for like always. I feel like there will always be someone who's like really nasty, and so like if you don't like, if you have nothing to say, then like shut your boca, if you will. That, and like this is where we got some of the most iconic lyrics from. Like, let's recognize Boca's impact, significance. I mean, it's iconic. All right, we got Hold Up, I'm the Geek, the Big Paradox. We got Too Many Angels Dying Now, I'm Gonna Change Your Mind. And we got Siyeon's double high notes. Like, she's got 2 high notes, right? That's why I think that Boca belongs in S tier. I'm sorry I'm not very eloquent. When it comes to these kinds of things, the best I can do for you is, oh, I like it, or oh, I don't like it. I'm trying. Next we have Odd Eye. I remember being so hyped for Odd Eye because that was when handong was finally returning, and then we got OT7 again. However, Odd Eye as a song, I'm gonna put in B tier. Amazing, also superstar. It is a superstar. It totally is. But I think I like the choreography better than the song. And since we're not judging them based on the choreography, excuse me, do you mind? We are going to be, oh my gosh, they're non-stop. But since it's not about the choreography and it's instead about the songs and the lyrics, don't get me wrong, I love like a sad ending. Like, spoilers if you've never watched Rogue One, but actually no, that's a bad example, because actually that makes me sad. But I'm okay when like a story doesn't end with like explicitly happy, everybody lived happily ever after. And that's fine that the Dystopia series ended like that. But kind of what gets me is that the album name is Road to Utopia, but in the lyrics it's No More Utopia. Like, there's no hope. And I totally believe there is hope. Like, if you once were an online bully, you can like change your ways. I think I like it less now that I'm thinking about like the hopelessness of the lyrics. I mean, maybe it's more about like, take like a you need to be very like sober and like somber, like this is real life and real life's not easy, and like you think that things will like not be that bad but they are that bad, or something like that. I don't know. I think maybe also another thing for me is that maybe it might be a little bit too electronic, although I'm not sure, maybe it is. Like, they also did have like actual musicians play, I think they did. But I'm saying like there was also a lot of like other different sounds that it's like maybe a bit much for me sometimes. I know that's also rich for me, considering that I do like NCT, but I like NCT Dream. NCT 127, it's an acquired taste, and sometimes I'm just not in the mood for it. Just like sometimes I'm not in the mood for Odd Eye. Next we have Because. So remember how I was saying that I really love like Dreamcatcher's horror concepts. So I really like because, rave, sorry. I do like the sort of the blum blum in one of Dami's raps, and I do also really enjoy her rap in this song. It's a proper rap, it's a good rap, I like it. I do also really enjoy the bridge. I think it's really haunting. Like, I've never heard Yuhyun sing like that, and honestly, when I first listened to the song, I didn't even realize that it was Yuhyun singing like that, and I was like, oh my gosh. I thought it was really unique, a unique sound. This song does deviate a little bit from like their more traditional rock sound, but I still think it's there. And I've said all of that and I haven't even ranked it yet. I'm stuck between A and B. B is looking a little lonely. But I like because better than what. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll put what like here and then because like up here. Like a higher. But then if I do that, then I have to do that for all of them. I don't feel like doing like higher and lower. It's just they're all in the same. It's not gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just gonna be like S, A, B, and whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna put because and B for now. B for because. I just thought of that. So smart. All right, now we're on to the last few songs. Till then, that was all of the Nightmare series and all of the Dystopia series and all of the special album songs. And now we are on to Maison. So I do enjoy the guitar, the intro. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. Maison's impact on Dreamcatcher, the Somnia fan base, all of us collectively, is like so huge because Maison was their first win on a music show, and that's really awesome, and that's definitely worth celebrating. But Maison, the song, I don't want to put it in A. Well, maybe I'll put it in A. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like, it doesn't need to be like fairly distributed. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, okay, when the song comes on, I like really like rock out to it. I like scream it at the top of my lungs. I'll even dance to it. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, is it that good? Or am I just easily amused? I'm not easily amused. I feel like I'm not easily amused. But I do have a lot of bias when it comes to Dreamcatcher's like music. I'm like, oh, it's all good. You know? I'm gonna put Maison in B for now. Again, this is not about the era, because the era is it's like, it's in the Dreamcatcher history books, but the song itself, for me, I'm gonna put it at a B for now. Next we have Vision, and Vision I'm gonna put in an A tier because already the beginning, the guitar, it's a guitar, right? I think so. It's very reminiscent of like emo music. Like, I listen to it and I'm like, this could totally be like a Paramore song, like just the intro itself, and then the beat starts, gather round. Then from there on, it's like this is not a Paramore song, but it's one of their most like non-traditional K-pop songs, I think, and I do appreciate that, I appreciate a really K-pop-y song from a really K-pop-y K-pop group, but I also appreciate a totally like, you would have never guessed it's like K-pop unless you like look into it. Like, it could have just been like a Korean rock band, not K-pop. And I think Vision is that. And I also, something about the way that Jia sings, not for me. I really like her voice because her voice has so much like emotion behind it. And like every time she sings something, it's not like she's on the verge of tears. I'm on the verge of tears when I listen to Jia because her voice is very full of emotion, like pleading when she's like, not for me, like I won't stand for this, global warming, or what is it? Apocalypse. the apocalypse. Vision, the song, I really like it because, like I said, it's a little emo sounding, and if you can see my little poster back there, I'm not emo, obviously, or maybe not, I don't know, but I do like emo fashion and some emo music. Sorry, I'm not trying to appropriate or anything like that, because I'm not, you know, a true emo. Anyways, let's move on to Bon Voyage. So when Bon Voyage came out, I was like, this is the most non-Dreamcatcher song they've ever released. Little did I know what was coming up next, but Bon Voyage, it's got a lot of crazy stuff. It's got that crazy bass at the beginning, which is like, whoa, and then it like disappears for the rest of the song, and it's like, okay. It's like a bass feature, I suppose. Not like, it's not the whole song, it's just that little part. It's a very bright song. It's very bright. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put it in, I think I'm gonna put it in C tier, because when I first listened to it, it took a few listens for me to get it and to really like it. And the next is the notorious OOTD. I've already voiced my opinions on OOTD in like other videos. The last tier is just formality. I'm not saying that it deserves to be in the last tier. Maybe at one point I did make this face. Wait, what is it? It's like maybe at one point I did go like, no. But I did go, OOTD, I understand, they're making a point, it's a whole thing, you have to read into it, there's a lot of theories and stuff. Y'all, I'm not that smart, okay? I'm really not that intellectual. I pretend to be, but I'm not. And I have to put OOTD in C tier because the lyrics just make me cringe. Like, I'm really sorry, but there's a lot of English, and English is fine. I don't mind. I try not to be too harsh with like criticizing English lyrics. Like, popping the champagne, cruising my, what is it? It's just the chorus is a bit lame to me. Like, I'm sorry, it's a bit lame. The ending is actually kind of interesting. I like the OOTD, I'm flawless, I'm so gorgeous. Yuki Baba, I'm spotless, I'm so priceless. I do think that's interesting. But the lyrics are a bit too conceited for me. And I know this idea. I also don't like the instrumental that much. It's very different. It's just very different and not something that I expected from Dreamcatcher. And honestly, if it wasn't Dreamcatcher, I might not even have listened to it. Like, if it was any other group, I would have listened to it once and been like, no, not for me. Again, I have a big bias towards Dreamcatcher, so I'm like, anything Dreamcatcher releases is good. So last but certainly not least, we have Justice. OOTD left me a bit uncertain about Dreamcatcher. I was like, where are we going with this? There wasn't really a bridge either, and it was like right during that big like trend where like songs just didn't have bridges anymore, and I got like really nervous, and I was like, no, Dreamcatcher, do not abandon like that rock sound and style that like you pioneered into K-pop. Please don't give it up, you know? And I think that's the idea of OOTD, like selling yourself out for like all this stuff and blah, 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 whatever.
Look, whatever it is you're trying to say, it's not gonna work.
Stylistically, I don't understand how OOTD and Justice like come together. Like, I might have to rewatch the music videos and stuff and like really have to like think about it. Things used to be so simple. They used to just be like 7 girls terrorizing this man in the hotel, you know? And now it's come to all this like meta stuff they have to like really think about. So yeah, Justice, I really like it. I'll put it in B tier. I like the chorus where they go, justice makes me fly. I like the It's very like exhilarating. Like it does make me want to fight. And I do like that lyric, justice makes me fight. As an Enneagram 1, I kind of said these things when I reacted to Justice. I think this is our tier list, y'all. Well, my tier list. Again, these are my opinions. Please feel free to disagree. Please feel free to tell me in the comments how you would rank each of these songs. As it stands, I have Chase Me, You and I, and Boca in S tier. I have Good Night, PD, Deja Vu, Scream, and Vision in A tier. And then in B tier we have What, Odd Eye, Because, Maison, and Justice. And in C tier we have Fly High, Bon Voyage, and OOTD. No songs in D tier because again that's just formality. I have yet to hear a Dreamcatcher song that makes me go like ooh. Thank you for watching, and also let me know if you would like to see other tier ranking videos for Dreamcatcher, because I do have some ideas for like ranking their albums, or maybe their side tracks, or the eras, or the music videos, or all of it. Happy Friday the 13th once again. Happy holiday season. And I'll see you all with another video. Oh wait, what's the thing that I say? All right, and I'll come back with a more fun and interesting video for next time. Ciao, ciao.
Like, subscribe.